What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Back is the area where Michal Krizo needs to make the most improvements if he wants to really be considered a threat for the top 6 in the future Olympias. As for 2022, there just isn't enough time to pack on some density or thickness. At this point, Michael and his coach have just one option: come in absolutely shredded to the bone, because so far that has been his biggest knock. 4 weeks is plenty of time for Michal Krizo to get it done, if he wants to. He has all the size in the world, even if he downsizes a little bit at the expense of conditioning. He will still be one of the biggest guys on stage. 2022 is just a start for him, as he is just 31 years old. So, as fans, we are more interested to see how he looks next year. That being said, can he be a factor in that top 10 at the Olympia this year? I am inclining towards probably not. But what do you guys think? James Hollingshead and his coach, Jordan Peters, are so confident with his current look, which is at 30 days out, that they have decided to almost double the amount of carbs for the next few days. This is the best James ever. How crazy of a metabolism he has. Not a lot of people can get away with the refeeds every third day and keep getting shredded. At this point, his biggest priority is to hold on to as much tissue as possible. We can't deny the fact that even if James shows up at his best, he can still place lower than his expectations, because he is fighting guys structurally superior than him. But only if those structurally superior guys come in just as conditioned, which isn't the case at the Olympia as the history tells us. So if that happens again, James can slip past them. We all saw what happened at the Arnold UK this year. That gives us an indication of the direction of the judging. Judging by the pictures we are getting from Keone Pearson, I don't see one reason why he won't be in his best shape in December. Cross-striated quads at 4.5 weeks out. Things weren't close to looking like this before last year's Olympia. It is always nice to be ready early, and that seems to be Keone's approach for 2022. Any top 212 competitor would be worried standing next to a guy like Keone. When he opens up, those wide lats and small waist comes into play. Eyes are automatically drawn towards him. I mean, that front double is the craziest in the entire 212 division right now, and that is by a mile. Sean Carida made a prediction in 2020 when Keone qualified for the Olympia, but he decided to sit out due to mental health issues. He said that Keone can be a top 3 guy in his very first Olympia. Let's see if that comes true 2 years later. If we look at Classic Physique and how it has evolved over the years, it blows away your mind. I mean, the level of competition that was there in 2016 versus today. It's like amateurs versus pros. Danny Hester, the first Classic Physique Mr Olympia, does not compete anymore. Arash Rahbar, who was a top competitor, hasn't competed since 2019. And finally, Breon Ansley, who is on to the final Olympia in this category. These new pictures are taken by setting up the camera at a lower angle. Do not get me wrong, Breon looks good. In fact, he has always looked good leading into the show. But again, it's just a fact that he has to come down to the same weight again. So there will be no improvements, while the other guys who have room to grow will be better than last year. I am a fan of Breon, but it is gonna be a very difficult Olympia for him. Hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.